Morning YouTube. I'm going to be doing a Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. This time it's going to be Kozmo, a Yu-Gi-Oh archetype that's combined with Wizard of Oz and Star Wars. And this happens to be like my favorite reference because I think they have a really good mixture and the cards are really creative based on card design and naming. And instead of just keep describing the cards, I'll continue forward and give you a list of my deck profile. Starting off, 3 Kozmo Tin Can for obvious reasons. You max it out because you want to extend your plays further. And they all have the effect where they can banish themselves on the field. Special summon a Kozmo with a higher level, from your hand to the field. And that applies to the psychic monsters. For another Kozmo monster playing 2 Strawman, I prefer to play 2 because he helps you extend your plays by special summoning a Kozmo that is banished to your field. Farm Girl is another extender, although it only plays when it attacks. You have to pay 500 to add a Kozmo card from your deck to your hand. Sword Trooper is one of the weaker extenders, but it helps when you get out certain psychic monsters that can really come in handy, which I'll show you explain after. So Kozmo Wicked Witch to help you survive a turn. We're only playing 1 Slip Rider because I feel more than 2. I feel it's very bricky nowadays. I prefer to see 1 because if I see more than 1, you kind of have an even a lot worse hand than you think because you need cards that can actually be able to summon pilots rather than have more ships than pilots. And we're gonna be playing double Dark Lady, and I'll explain why. Because she's the most useful. She is a pilot that can special summon Kozmo monsters from the hand also, but what makes her so good is that she's a beater. She can negate monster effects by paying 1,000 and they're destroyed. And she's one of those targets that I'll be mentioning that you want to summon a Sword Trooper. Another Kozmo monster is Forerunner to gain extra life, even though it's not the most useful, but it can help you if you're really that desperate. And we're maxing out on 3 Dark Destroyer. He's your main boss monster. Can pop a card during either place when he's normal or special summoned, and it has the best attack in this deck right now. Another monster that's a beater, Dark Eclipser. Better than instead of playing 1 Slip Rider, I'd rather play a Dark Eclipser as my second Slip Rider because he can negate traps during either player's turn and he cannot be targeted by card effects. And for our hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom for obvious reasons to beat the meta, Nibiru to beat boards, which we're maxing out on, and we're gonna go off on our spells. 3 Kozmo Town. Some people might decide to cut to 1 to 2, but I personally think you have to play it because it lets you retrieve your Kozmo monsters from that are banished. You get to reshuffle your hands, being able to see, increasing the chance of seeing your other cards as well that you want to get into a lot faster, and that's it. 3 Pot of Extravagance because you don't really need to use the extract at all, and although it's random, you basically get to +1. Double Prosperity to increase the chance of seeing likely to see your tin can a lot more quicker. The thing is, although with the banishing pile is not random, it ensures that you get to choose. Basically, you get to dictate what cards you want in your hand by possibly exciting the top 3 or top 6. And emergency teleport for obvious reasons. You want to extend even more, get a psychic that's level 3 or lower, which we're playing so many of. Reasoning, although it's random, they have to declare bonus to declare a number. Goes into your deck a lot faster because what Kozmo's lack is special summoning. And for our traps, 2 Cosmojo, pop a Kozmo card, banish a card from your opponent from either field or graveyard, back to the front to resummon your Kozmo monsters. Although they'll be in defense, they can still be able to trigger their effects during your opponent's field. Dogmatica Punishment, I'll explain later that you send a card from your extra deck, destroy a card that is equal or destroy a monster that has equal or more attack. Equal or less attack on the field, depending on the monster that you send from extra deck to the graveyard. 2 Storm Dragon Returns as our final trap because being able to retrieve from all monsters is very, very useful. And then we're going to be going off on extract, but these are going to be our super, not only are they super poly targets, and our dogmatic punishment targets, maxing out 3-star Venom, the best few super poly target because gains that extra attack, nukes the field, Predaplan Draco Stapelli if you're in a fusion matchup, a Latin or dark matchup, negates a bunch of effects by placing a predator encounter on them, and with doing that becomes very useful, especially want to continue playing and hoping to stop those problematic cards. Another card max out is 3 Mud Dragon Swamp for like basically it's like a generic super poly target that if, depending on who you're up against is also going to be very valuable in that situation. Instead of 3, we're playing 2 Armaduke. In case my opponent is playing heavy link boards, you always want to get rid of link boards because they're still problematic and they can be very devastating if when they flood the field. We're just playing the one adding Mr. Earth Golem because there are a lot of the link monsters tend to be cybers, and you will not only do you get to get rid of a link monster, you get to get rid of cybers as well. And for a final fusion, this is your Dogmatica punishment target that you most likely want to send off because when this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to pop a card for free. Like, so with Dogmatic Punch, not only to get rid of a monster because of its effect, you get to get rid of another card because it ends its effect once its effect resolves into the graveyard. And I hope you guys like the deck profile. I'll try to be doing more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content in the future when I have the time, and I'll see if I have some other alternative deck choices. Maybe you might be excited for, or I'll be willing to host or show you guys. Hope you like the video. Be able to comment, subscribe. Thank you.